All right, welcome. Hello there, out there in, let me see, roll call of all the different ways that Bootie Mashup is streaming tonight for Friday Night Live. We've got
Hello
let me see, we've got Twitch
out there
we've
in,
got
let me see,
Facebook Live,
roll
and
call
we've also got
of
Instagram.
all the different ways that
it's
Mashup
crazy
is streaming
tonight.
Oh my God, wait a minute, what's going
Friday
on?
Night Live.
Oh, we have an
got
issue.
let me
Hello
see, we've got Twitch
out there
we've
in,
got
let me
it's always something, right? It is always something. Wait a minute. Wait. I've got this figured out. There we go. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay. Yes, we got it fixed. It's okay. We know what we're doing. I mean, after all, we are totally trained professionals. We've only been live streaming for 4 weeks. Not even actually 4 weeks. Tomorrow marks our 4-week mark of our very first official live stream on Twitch. And we started doing Facebook Live, at least on my personal channel, like maybe 2 weeks ago. And here we are for the first time on Instagram Live on the Bootie Mashup channel. So anyway, it's a lot to manage. There's a lot going on. We got it all figured out. We are good. So, all right, now officially, welcome to Friday Night Live, and I am your hostess, Adriana A. I am the creator and queen bee of Bootie Mashup, and this is our pre-party talk show called Mashup Talk. This is the show where we just talk about mashup culture and what's been going on out in the world of mashups, in the world of Bootie Mashup. And it's all, truth be known, it's a little bit of a shameless ploy to be able to keep our streams as video on demand on both Twitch and on Facebook, and probably on Instagram as well, and not get clocked for copyright infringement. That way, like, 2 weeks from now, you're like, what the hell was Adriana saying? You can go back and check out this stream. It won't get muted. It won't get shut down. So yeah, this is where we talk about mashup culture, but we don't actually play any mashups. But that's coming up. We've got a really, really great DJ in the house for us. It is DJ Trip from San Francisco, although he actually now lives in Sacramento, but we won't talk about that. But he's been one of our resident DJs at Bootie San Francisco since, oh my God, I think he first started DJing for us in 2004. So it has been a hot minute. So we're gonna check in with him a little later in the show. But right now I'm just gonna jump on into it. Usually when I start the show, I kind of really don't have much of an idea of what the hell I'm gonna talk about. I'm just riffing, I'm just going, and I'm just chit chatting with you guys. But I have some notes. I have notes. Because it's been a busy week in the world of Bootie Mashup. And literally this just happened. This just in, literally hours ago. I know that a lot of our Bootie Mashup followers and fans are also burners. Yes, here we go. Black Rock City, represent. I've been going to Burning Man personally since 1993, and we've been throwing Bootie Mashup parties out there on the playa at Burning Man. I think 2007 was our first year. Might have been 2006. I don't know. All I know is last year was our 14th year on the playa. Of course, we are all looking forward to our 15-year anniversary of Bootie Mashup, Black Rock City, but alas, that is not to be. We all knew it was going to get canceled, but the Burning Man Project literally just hours ago announced that officially Burning Man 2020 is canceled. So so a lot of people know this. A lot of people may not. I'm the publisher of the BRC Weekly, which is Black Rock City's unofficial but best newspaper. And we always we always run a Bootie Mashup ad on the back cover. Full disclosure, dirty little secrets. So I the main reason we put a Bootie schedule of all the parties that we're doing throughout the week at Burning Man, and what the themes are and what camps they are. This is mostly for me. Like, this is literally just why I'm like, oh God, where am I DJing tonight? What's going on? Who's on tonight? Oh wait, because I always have papers with me. I'm like, oh right, oh my God, okay, right. We're doing Eggs Bar this afternoon. Oh, we're doing Auto Sub. We're doing Spanky's Wine Bar, Death Killed Thunderdome, Bad Astronauts, Paradise Motel. It's like, did I forget anyone? Boss, we're on an art car. So yes, that's the real reason I still publish a newspaper after all these years, is so I can put our DJ schedule on the back cover. And then of course there's also things like the out in list, and everything else is kind of filler. But you know what? We have a long history of in the BRC Weekly of being like strangely prophetic, like we write about something and then the following year it happens, it manifests. Like there was the year that we did on the cover, "Are you hot enough to get on my art car?" And it was very much like an expose on the exclusivity of a lot of art car owners and operators, being sort of like douchey, really. And the following year, everyone was like on blast and called out, and suddenly everyone was like much nicer about getting on art cars. We blew the whistle on turnkey camps or plug and play camps. Burners know what I'm talking about. If you're not a burner, I'm sorry. I get sick of hearing me talk about Burning Man as well. But anyway, so last year, in the grand tradition of the BRC Weekly calling it a year in advance, hold on, let me just open this up for you. And I would like to just point this out. Look at the headline. Look at the headline. Burning Man needs a year off. Burning Man needs a year off. Written by one of our longtime columnists, a Buck A.E. Down, and basically kind of making a pitch of why Burning Man should take the year off. And, well, there you go. Sorry. Well, we manifested it somehow, and Corona apocalypse is in full effect and probably will not be completely under control, at least enough to throw a ginormous party in the desert for 70,000 of our closest friends. So sadly, there is no Burning Man this year. That means there will be no Bootie Mashup at Burning Man this year. I've been going to Burning Man since 1993. I know many people are utterly wrecked about this. I'm totally okay. I'm like, oh my God. So what's it like to not go to Burning Man one year? Although, who knows? I have my own RV. We might just drive out to the desert anyway, like it's, just a camping trip with some friends. And, assuming if in fact the Corona apocalypse has simmered down enough where people can gather in groups and go out, and if we're no longer sheltered in place, and who knows, by August, maybe not, who knows, it's like I'm in a good mood right now, weirdly. It's like I don't know how you guys are processing your Corona apocalypse, but I've been like, I usually have like, I've got 5 good days, right? I've got 5 days where I like wake up and I'm like, yeah, what crazy stupid project am I going to attempt to tackle today that I've never had time to do, but now I've got all the time in the world because I'm not busy throwing parties for a living anymore. And then, after 5 days of just like going hard, then then it's like 2 days of soul crushing depression and like existential dread and like, oh my God, why am I even bothering? Like, like who cares? It's like whatever. Like the world's going to hell in a handbasket. You throw parties for a living, bish. You know. But right now I'm okay. So but yeah, but I gotta say, it's like, speaking of like just constantly doing stuff, like everyone processes how they self-quarantine. Well, self-quarantine, it's not even self, it's like mostly government mandated by this point, pretty much everywhere. So I really hope that you are staying at home. Please stay at home, and shelter in place. Do everything you can. Wash your hands. So everyone processes it differently. I belong to so many different meme groups on memes. Memes are getting me through the corona apocalypse. So many different meme groups on Facebook. So it's funny to see the different, like, like I have not worn sweatpants once this entire corona apocalypse. Okay, let me just say. And I'm doing so much live streaming that I'm looking pretty. So I'm one of the people who's very much like, yeah, what can I do? What are all the things that I can get done? Sadly, like, I really want to like organize my apartment. I want to clean out my kitchen cupboards, and I want to clean my bathroom, and I've not had time actually to do any of that because I've been busting my ass at trying to pivot my entire business, which, let's face it, the Bootie Mashup business model, such as it is, but I mean, once you get past the fact of like, we like mashups, we're trying to big up mashup culture and yay mashups, ultimately the business model is we throw parties. And please come to our party, pay a cover charge, and we DJ, and that cover charge, pays for DJs, pays for performers, pays the $180 a month it costs to host a dedicated server in Canada, that hosts, like just gigs and gigs and gigs of free mashup downloads and mixtapes and all the best of Bootie albums and the top 10s and things like that. And then of course, there's just so many other things that it just costs to run a small business. And yeah, so now that's not happening anymore. So it's like, oh God, okay, pivot our business into a live streaming platform, which is definitely, these are two very, very, very different business models. United by the only thing is it's like a love of music here. It's like, on the one hand, we play music in a club. Here we're playing music online. We are, sharing this this shared experience of love of music, and that's it's been really, like I said, 5 days of like, yeah, and then 2 days of soul crushing depression. But so that's about the ratio that it's been of trying to do this. But on the good days, and there are more good days than bad days, I have to say it's been rather exciting. I have not felt this kind of energy of like trying to do a big crazy project since the early days of Bootie, and I'm like utterly being reminded of all like that, like, yeah, I want to do this thing, and pushing so hard to make this thing that you're so passionate about happen. And I gotta say, when Bootie Mashup finally sort of became successful, we became a party that people came to, and I didn't need to worry every single party, like, oh God, every single party is like make or break, right? When I got to the point where I really didn't need to worry as much about that anymore. I mean, I still worry. I mean, to this day, it's like, doors at 10, at 10:30, I'm like, oh God, is nobody coming to the party? Is this it? This is it. This is the beginning of the end. Nobody's going to be here. And eventually, of course, people come. So it's never, I mean, there have been a few where it's like, oh God, they really didn't come. But for the most part, it's, you know, we have some breathing room. Whereas with this is like, everything is still so new. We're like learning as we go. We are constantly, every single day, it's like learning some new tip or trick or thing, trying something new. Like, okay, for instance, for all you people on Twitch, I am very happy to announce, because people are like, you know, they're throwing bits at us. We've got subscribers. Subscribers can sign up for different tier levels. And I'm like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Like, oh my God. I'm like, I barely got OBS Studio working so we can get some logos on the screen. And I mean, I just got a ring light. I've got a green screen. Now it's like trying to figure out all of these other things. So, you know, every day is a new challenge. And so I'm happy to announce that as of literally today, we now have subscriber badges, sub badges. So if you are a subscriber, and I'm looking at the chat right now, and I see a bunch. We've got a red and white striped pirate shirt, which means that it's your first. That's like the base level, right? When you subscribe. So the way we're doing this, and this is, I want to give a big shout out to Jupiter Gatling, because I kind of came up with an idea for some badges and emotes, as I guess Twitch calls their emojis. They're called emotes. And so I came up with some ideas, and then she took the ball and ran with it. So we've got 2 emotes right now, but they were still pending, so I don't think they're available to you yet. I'm really sorry about that. But the subscriber badges. So obviously we have not even been live streaming for a month. So no one's even going to get the 1 month subscriber badge for, you know, for a bit. But the way it works is each level, the different levels of subscribing. So you've got, like, you know, your base level, then you get a badge for being a subscriber for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months, and so on. You keep getting items for your pirate costume or pirate outfit. So the base level is just a plain black and white, red and white striped pirate shirt. Then you get a sword, then you get a parrot, you know, and eventually you work your way all the way up to the pirate hat, the captain's hat. And I just changed the levels of the tiers. There's 3 tiers of subscribers based on how much money you donate, I guess. Again, still trying to figure out how this works out. You know, you could subscribe at different levels, and you get extra emotes when you do that. So the emotes are coming. In fact, they're coming within the week, all of them, and they're super cute, because Jupiter Gatling is an amazing artist. And not only is she an amazing DJ, not only is she my partner in crime and the love of my life, but trust me, I am not biased. I would be saying this even if we were not sleeping together. She's an amazing artist, and these emotes are so damn cute. So anyway, they're coming soon. But right now, we've got 3 different tiers. It's a skipper, first mate, and then captain. So that's, you know, so again, like, just trying to figuring out how to Twitch, figuring out how to live stream. I mean, just figuring out all this stuff. I gotta say, each platform has its own little unique idiosyncrasies. Right now, Twitch is probably our favorite, although Instagram Live is going to be great when we can do live parties again, because I feel like Instagram Live is going to be great when we're out and about and we're at a party, we're at an after party, we're out on the street, and we've got our phones with us. Facebook Live is great in like chat, like it feels like I'm super connected with my community on Facebook Live. So, you know, each one has its own different things. So, let me see. What else was I wanting to blah, 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 blah. Oh, so more projects that happen. So I just want to, while I'm giving shout outs for people doing stuff, so another stupid project. I mean, the Chronopocalypse has been a little mix of like killing myself, trying to figure out how to crash course myself, and all of us, if you saw DJ Time's live stream yesterday, you can tell he's been working. I mean, he had like 4 different screens going on, people sending in like videos of them dancing to his DJ set. He's chatting. He's like, it was a whole thing, and it's like been really, really fun to see what every single person on the team, on the Bootie Mashup team, brings to the table with their different live streams. We did Crumple Stock, which was like an online mashup music festival last weekend, and so we had like DJ Forge from New Zealand, Nate from Portland, King of Pants, who am I forgetting? Oh, Pimp Daddy Supreme from Nashville. And everyone had like different setups, and I've been pretty loose about it. I'm just like, as long as there is a Booty logo on it, as long as it says Booty Mashup, I don't care. Like, I want to see what different people do. So, and I'm the queen of the green screen. I am the green screen queen. Hashtag green screen green screen queen. Anyway, and I just want to shout out my assistant Eric Shutterslut, who put together this video. I mean, I literally, and as long as I'm doing shout out to DJ Newbar, aka Mark Newbar, who has been our flyer designer for like basically since 2013. I used to make all these half and half faces. That was me. I used to be a graphic designer, so I'd put all the faces together. And then I was just like, we started it in 2003. After 10 years of doing that, I was ready to pass the torch. So Mark Newbar started putting the faces together, and he's an amazing designer, and like definitely took it to the next level. And so so one of these long gestating projects that I've been wanting to do, this has been like lots of time on my hands, no parties to throw, not really as much, going on. So so I can like tackle some of these long gestating projects that have just been way low on the list of priorities. Like one of them being, hey, compile every single flyer face we have ever done in the past 16 and a half years, crop it to headshop style, take out all the text, because they're all like built, they're all in flyers, and just have the faces. Like, I've done that periodically, but I never had like the entire collection until this week. It took forever to do, and then I sent it off to Eric, and he put it all together into this video. This is like, I mean, there's so many faces. It's nearly 400 half and half booty faces over the past 16 and a half years. Mark Newbar, literally in the past 5 years, has done nearly 200 of them. I'm like, how in 5 years did we more than double? And it was like, oh, well, because in the early days, we were only once a month in one city. And then, the past few years, it's been every week in multiple cities. So, that's a lot more faces. So this video loop is 10 and a half minutes long. It takes that long to loop through every single face that we've ever created. So, anyway, I'm like, just, it's stupid little things like this where I'm like, yeah, I did it. And, it's like, yes, one more thing to check off the list and to, hold off depression. Like, I did a thing. And, again, it's like that sort of like crazy busyness, but then it's like, oh, you know what I'm doing this weekend? Actually, let me tell you what I'm going to do this weekend. It's Friday. This is my last day of work. And the next 2 days, I am not going to do, I say I'm not going to do anything Bootie Mashup related. That's probably going to be a lie, because when you work for yourself, you're always working, especially when it's, something you're very, very passionate about. And obviously I'm very passionate about what we do here at Bootie Mashup. But no, I'm going to freaking clean my cupboards. Damn it. I've been dying to do what other people are doing, where I see online and they're like, hey, actually there's two things I want to do. I'm envious of people who get to clean and organize their whole house and their closets and stuff, because now they got all this time. And I'm envious of the people just sitting around watching Netflix, eating snacks. So I aspire to both of those things this weekend, while also, of course, tuning in to DJ Lobster Dust's, live stream on Sunday, Coffee Cat and Mashup. Just more shameless plugs there. Yes, I have, I don't know if I've upgraded or downgraded from White Claw, but I just needed a little break from the White Claw, and I'm cleared out my, if you tuned in to my mashup listening party on Wednesday, then you already heard the sob story of needing to clean out my band's rehearsal studio because we can't afford it anymore. This is the house band for Bootie Mashup in San Francisco, Smash Up Derby. And so I had to clean everything out and move it to the storage unit. But there were 6 beers left in the little mini fridge. So yeah, so I took them. So here we are. Cheers, everyone. And I'm sorry that I can't participate in the chat. I promise when this is over, I'm going to keep everything up on screen and kind of scroll through the chats. The one thing that I wish I could do during Mashup Talk is actually sort of hang out and chat a little bit. But that's more for what the listening party is for. We hang out on every Wednesday, and I play mashups and I talk about them, and then it's pretty active in the chat. But for this particular stream, I'm sorry, there's not really a lot of it's just me ranting. So a couple other announcements to make. Again, it's been a busy week of stuff at Bootie Mashup World Headquarters. We are finally going to do a show. If you come to Bootie Mashup, then you know that we're all about the shows. We love, I come from a performance background, in case you couldn't tell, and so I always appreciate it when I go to a party and there's a performance element. It's sure, anyone can throw a dance party, but to then throw this performance on, all of a sudden there's poof, there's a drag queen on stage, or whoa, there's a whole burlesque show, or oh my God, there's a mashup band playing music live, so I love having that performance element at our parties. And we haven't really done it that much on our live streams. It's just been sort of me blah blah blahing and chatting, playing music, our DJs doing DJ sets. I did do an all live mashup vocal set on last Saturday for Crumple Stock, where I sang all live mashups. Don't worry, I will never attempt that again. That was a fun experiment for the Crumple bangers, but one or two thrown in here and there is definitely but a whole hour of it. If you're curious how that worked out, it's saved in the in our Twitch videos. It'll still be there for another week, so go check it out. But yeah, we haven't so I'm I want to do a show, and then I'm realizing, you know what month it is? It's April. It's April. You know what April means? I know. It means Easter, right? No. In Bootie Mashup world, it means April-ween. Halloween in April. If we can have Christmas in July, we can have Halloween in April. And I'm my entire team is Adriana, let April-ween go. It's not going to happen. the first year we did it, like, which was 10 years ago, it was great. And then over the last 10 years, it's not as many people participate as they used to. But I'm like, no, I am going to make Aprilween happen. And I'm going to make it happen virtually this year. It won't be happening in real life. But we are going to do an Aprilween show with a variety of performances. We are going to have drag queens. We've got some circusy people. I'm going to sing a live mashup. Just one, though. Just one. And we've also got, we're going to pole dance. I'm pretty sure we're still trying to figure out how cool that is with Twitch or not. Twitch has all sorts of weird rules. And we're okay with that. We just want to know what the rules are. And unfortunately, they're a little vague when it comes to certain things like pole dancing. And yeah, so it's going to be a whole thing. Of course, Halloween is always the last day of October. So, of course, Aprilween is the last day of April. So Thursday, April 30th, we are going to be doing Aprilween. Mark your calendars. We'll probably do... I know one of the wonderful things about doing these live streams is it's people from all over the world. So we're actually going to do 2 shows, I think. Both of them are going to be live, but we're going to do 2 sets, basically, with the same performers submitting the same videos. But it gives me an opportunity to wear different costumes, okay? Okay, I'm just doing it for me. Okay, it's not for you. It's not because you all live in different time zones. But yeah, so we're going to do Aprilween. So yeah. Are you all ready to continue this mashup talk with our guest DJ for tonight? Like I said, he has been with us since 2004. I'm speaking about DJ Trip. So we are going to Skype with him right now. Let's give a call. I'm actually going to put my headphones on now. And there we go. All right. And let's give old DJ Trip a little call here. There we go. Oh, I'm realizing. Oh, hey. All right, DJ Trip. Oh, wait, what's this? It's just I'm looking at your face, but talk right now.
Hi. Yeah, I'm here.
Your lips are not moving on this picture that I'm seeing right now. Well, are you being mysterious? Are you the mysterious Trip?
Oh, let's not
go there. All right, well, let's get that out of the way. Why is your video feed not working? What's going on? What's the story?
I just, I don't like cameras and angles and, it's just whatever.
Okay.
I'm not the show star like you.
Oh, well, yeah.
If I was as pretty as you, I would be doing it. So,
look, I'm sure that you have your fans, DJ Trip.
I have at least one.
So, I mean, but yet you get on stage or, in a DJ booth and you perform, in front of hundreds, sometimes thousands of people, like all the time, yet you don't want to be on camera?
So, look, I started out as a DJ because I went to a club when I was 15. I saw this great DJ, David X, who is now a great friend of mine. And he's come and played at Bootie.
Yes, he has.
I walked in and it was just, I had never been in a club before. And the idea of making people dance and watching people have a good time. And that was my thing. I said, I want to do this. And it had nothing to do with people waving their hands and putting heart signs at me. It had to do with making every one of those people have a good time. And it's never, to me, it's not about standing in the DJ booth and being the center of attention. It's about making you have a good time, forget your crappy day, find somebody to go home with, find somebody to be friends with, and just have a great party.
You are
that's
you
me.
are in service to the audience. I noticed I mean, I was just talking about, being a performer, and I was always a performer first and a DJ way distant second or third. And I remember when I first started DJing, noticing how that dialogue between yourself and the audience is kind of different. Like when you're in a band and you're singing, your own songs, that audience is there for you. But when you're a DJ, you are there for the audience, right? I mean,
that's yes and no. I mean, everything kind of changed when the whole EDM thing blew up.
The Rockstar DJ.
You have DJs throwing takes, and everything became pre-mixed and pre-produced and ghost-produced, and it was about the visuals and the scene, and that's fine if that's what you're going to. But I would rather go to a club where I don't know the music, or I know very little about it, and the DJ does something so great that I want to know who it is. I don't want to go to see somebody. I'll go to see people that I like, but I generally would rather go to some small club and get blown away by some kid who's been DJing for 2 years, or somebody who's been DJing for 10 years, and that's just what they love to do. There's a difference between making that money at it and loving what you do. And to me, that's how I feel about it. Personally.
So you had been DJing for many years before you even came along to Bootie Mashup. Like, I want to know, it's like, how did that even happen? I was trying to remember, the first time. You've been with us for so long that I barely remember how we met. I remember it was at Cherry Bar.
So, yeah, you were at Cherry Bar. What happened was, I DJ'd at the Blue Lagoon in Santa Cruz, which is a fine bar. I did an 80s night there for 20 years. So back in 2004, I was DJing for a friend of mine. I was doing a high school dance. I was so tired. I loaded up my car. I got in, turned on Live 105, and there's Aaron Axelson, and he played A Hidden Forest, the Bjork and
by Gordy
Cure
Boy
on the radio, and then goes, "You have to check out this new party. It's called Bootie. It's all mashups." And I'm like, "That's what I do. I produce music and mashups and remixes." And I'm like, "What is this?" So I literally sought you out, shot you an email with the 2 or 3 mashups that I had, and you were like, "Oh yeah, great. Come on down, check it out." And so I came down and checked it out. And then I think you added me 2 months later into the rotation.
Yeah, I believe it was it was your birthday too, wasn't it? In April.
Well, I went to my birthday at Bootie the first time.
All right, yeah.
So I've been to. I mean, I don't know how long you guys have been going.
We started we started in August, so it had only been a few months, maybe 6 months. Yeah.
So I've, outside of DJing a couple of gigs that I had to during the April, whatever reason I missed it, I've had every birthday at Bootie since 2000.
Wow. And now you're gonna and tonight is your birthday, Bootie, as well. And
it is. I mean, it's not officially the day, but every April we do get one.
Exactly.
Birthday.
I mean, some people do a birthday, some people do a birthday week or a birthday month. So yeah, but this is your birthday week, isn't it? Close enough.
Yeah, Tuesday is the 14th.
Yeah, okay, definitely close enough. Well, I'm so glad that even in the Corona apocalypse, you can still do your birthday Bootie, at least virtually, at least, for probably just as big of an audience, perhaps,
Yeah, I mean, look at that. We got 50 people in the room so far. Hi, everyone.
Hello. So, and we'll get more once, not everyone wants to hear me yammer on. But so yeah, we'll definitely. It's Friday night, so we're definitely trying to establish the Friday Night Live thing. So I'm so happy that you're one of our first DJs in this very first month that we're doing this. So when you first you had only had 3. You were making mashups before you were even aware that there was this greater mashup culture out there, being fostered on the internet, right?
Well, so I didn't know that it was out there in when we started, it was Gaibo was the thing.
Yes, get your bootleg on.
I mean,
for those who don't know, a legendary internet message board with a lot of mashup producers. Bootleg. Yeah.
Back in 1999, Lex and I tried to put out a white label that had 2 mashups on it.
Now,
there's 2 test pressings of a white label record that we did.
okay, but you say tried to. What happened?
I think the record company that was going to press them wouldn't let us because they were bootlegs. Like, we didn't have the proper place to do it then. Sometimes you couldn't get it done, especially in the US. They were pretty weird about it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's
Mostly because I think we were using a Michael Jackson background.
Which is crazy because they're like Michael Jackson is one of the most mashed up artists in, well, I mean, not just in the mashup community, but like every DJ has done something with Michael Jackson.
Right. Well, think about 1999, though, the amount of stuff happening, like with just music being super, super picked over about samples.
Yeah, that's true.
I think people were like, and then, this was pre-internet, like, music days.
Right.
Where it still wasn't really a thing. So you had to put things out on white label if you wanted to get anybody to notice your remix.
Yeah.
So,
but that was definitely before. That was like right before Napster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting. And then you went from like, you had a few mashups to, I remember there was a time period like maybe around 2005 where it just seemed like not every week, but literally every day you were releasing a new mashup. Tell me about that.
Okay, well, let's just say release is a strong word. More like kind of dumped it off the back of a truck. It was just like, here you go. Here's another one. Here's another one. They weren't always great, but they had their moment in time.
Yeah.
I was digging through tonight's set, and I found some goodies that I'd forgotten about, and some stuff that I had made that never really made it anywhere. So tonight, just FYI, I'm going for an all new.
Excellent.
Set.
That is, I mean, that's totally fine. I mean, you, as you know, so many of your tracks we think of as Bootie Mashup classics now. That like the Ace of Base with 9 Inch Nails Closer is, I mean, that's obviously just, Bootie Mashup classic. We can still to this day play that. I mean, you have dozens of them. I'm sure we're gonna hear Funky Party Starter, because I don't think that there's a single Bootie that you have not played that. So yeah, I would fully expect. Okay.
I play it for DJ.
I mean, I'm doing an all A+D listening party on Wednesday, so no shame in that game. Yeah, bring us the complete DJ trip. Yeah, because all the Friday Night Live sets we've done so far have been, a whole, crazy mix of, every DJ has been like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of do like, the best of Booty. Of course, every DJ has their own interpretation of what their own best of Booty is. So, you just like giving us DJ trip overload. I am hella looking forward to this set tonight. Definitely. Okay, so I ask every mashup producer that I bring on to the show this question. So you're gonna get it. What was the very first mashup you ever heard?
Okay, so does it?
You're like, does it have to be someone else's? Is that what you're gonna say?
No. It's hard. It's hard to remember. So, okay, I'm a huge Depeche Mode fan.
Yes, that's why we put Dave Gahn on the flyer for tonight's show.
Oh, thanks. When they did the single for Behind the Wheel in Route 66, which is basically like a mashup / medley of their own song / cover, I was obsessed with that in, 1987, 88. I mean, that was, oh my God. So I think I sort of, you know what? This is going to totally date everybody here. Jive Bunny and the Master Mixers. Do you remember that?
I wasn't born then, Trip. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
In the 80s or like early 90s, I think it was like late 80s, they did this thing of like swing music and of like rock and roll oldies, and it was all like this mashup, remix, continuous mix. Like the tape had like maybe 3 different mixes on each side, and it was really awesome. like when you were a kid. But the idea of just like putting that stuff together never occurred to me, or it didn't, it was like I'd heard, DJ mixing, but it wasn't like this whole thing. Yeah, swing the mood. There you go.
Right.
And it was just this world where my brain went, how does this all work? And so it just, I think really from the early days until I started, like I said, by the time I was like 15, 16 and going to clubs, that was my musical brain had started there in a lot of ways.
So have you made, I always say that if anyone has like a favorite song, they need to listen to more music, but are there any mashups that you've made that are like your favorites?
Of mine?
Yeah, of yours. Or of anybody's, really.
So I think one of the first favorites that I ever had of somebody else's was the Franzi Boys, the Triple Trouble
Party
and Take Me Out.
Which got played on, you mentioned Live 105. I mean, it's Party.
Well, that one was, I think I didn't hear that until Grant played at Bootie.
Oh, really? Grant McSleazy, who was the basically the creator of this message board, Gaibo. Absolutely interesting. So what's your do you have any favorite Bootie Mashup moments, like anecdotes or funny stories of DJing or being?
I don't know if I can tell them here.
Sure you can.
No, you know what's funny is, so I most of my Bootie memories are really great. Like, as far as if I could say that there's one thing that I've done consistently that has always been a good time, it's Bootie. Like, I DJ'd, like I said, 20 years in Santa Cruz doing an 80s night that was sold out every Thursday. And I would walk out and not a single person would say a thing to me. I can DJ at Bootie for an hour and I have 10 people walk up to me and be like, oh my God, that was great. And it's not that I'm like, oh, I need that. It's the fact that the whole party brings good people, and just to be able to play for good people really just feels better. So it's like Bootie has been like this long running, like, I don't care what anybody says about aging of clubs. If you can throw a good party, you can tell by the people that come, and the people that come are still good people. So
definitely. It's we've always had a pretty actively engaged crowd for the most part. It ebbs and flows, and I'm noticing that happening now that we're live streaming, because you get that feedback in a chat room in real time, like while you're DJing, like instead of getting the the fist bumps or the heart sign, or the random dollar bill thrown your way, you get accolades in the chats, and it's like it's a very different kind of I know you've been DJing a lot on your own channel, so like how does how does that feel? How does it compare for you?
It's really weird. I take it kind of the same way. It's very hard for me to be like, thank you, and acknowledge everything. It's like when I'm DJing and somebody comes up and wants to talk, and I'm like, hey, yeah, hi, let me mix. Give me a second. And then they're like impatient about it. I was like, well, I'm working, man.
Yeah.
With this, it's a little bit different. I mean, I can kind of, I can mix, I can type really quick. It's a little bit easier, and I don't have to, listen to their requests the way you have to sometimes. Nobody's throwing their phone in my face.
Play some Britney. or the best one where it's like, it's like, here's the song. Here, can you just plug this in?
Yeah. Do you have SoundCloud?
Oh my
Can
God, I know.
song?
We should do a show just of like DJ war stories. It's just like this. I mean, we could easily fill an hour of just telling crazy stories.
You were there for this one. This is one of my favorite war stories. When I was doing my iPad set on the front of the stage, I don't know if you remember this.
The small iPad, or when you did the big?
When I did the two iPads, I DJ off the iPads for a while.
That's true.
Like
We did. Yeah. I just, as I was, I mentioned earlier, I was just going through every single flyer. So I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, you did an iPad set. You also did the big ass touchscreen set. But yeah, tell me about the iPad set.
So we had me roped off, and this guy, like, we opened the stage, everybody was around me. We had me roped off, and I was right on the edge of the stage, and this guy like came over, touched the iPad. I kind of pushed him away. I'm 6'8", just by the way, everybody. I'm not a small guy. So it always amazes me when anybody thinks that they're going to mess with me in the DJ booth. Then he gets in front, he pushes the coffin back and stands in front of me on the stage and then tries to do it again. Now, the stage at DNA is probably 4.5 feet tall, 4 feet tall, maybe. And it's a packed floor, and he turned back around, and I just pushed him off. Down he went. He tried to get up, and security saw and dragged him out. But that was just one of those moments where
Like, did he just want to let me touch the touchpad? Like,
yeah,
because it's an iPad. Oh my God! Like, what the?
Yeah, I nobody had ever seen.
I mean, it was. I mean, I will say this for our viewers at home. DJ Trip on our team, DJ Trip is definitely known as an early adopter. If there's brand new DJ technology or really any kind of tech stuff, I would say that you are always like the first one to jump on board. It's like you had DVD like DJ decks, that were DVD players that I.
Yeah, well, that was actually Mike Relm's fault.
Mike Relm is a famous VJ in our community. Yeah, well, and then as it turns out, I now have those DVD DJ things, which I don't know. It's like if I hang on to them long enough, will they become like vintage collector's items? Or?
Well, you know what? We'll talk about it later, but somebody mentioned a really great use for those, and I will pass it on.
All right. So I know you need to probably start getting ready for your epic all DJ Trip DJ set. Do you want to give us any like sneak previews of what we have on store? What are we going to be dancing to tonight?
So we are dancing to. I've got a playlist of 88 of what I consider probably my favorite / there's best mashups. There are 2 new ones. One has been released already on if you go to my Facebook page, official DJ Trip on Facebook, you will see the video that I did with The Weeknd and
I just saw that.
Dua Lipa and
Are you doing all videos, or because I know you do a lot of videos?
No. I'm just tonight. I'm just doing music.
All right. Are we going to see your face then?
No.
Well, what are we going to see then?
I've got some visuals up. I got some booty stuff.
Because I do know you do the you do the VJ thing quite a bit as well. In fact, you've done video mashup sets quite a few times.
Oh.
But I know not every mashup necessarily has a video to it, and all these videos are generally either fan made or made by the producer themselves.
Right. I try to make most of my videos unless I just really don't have time or I'm just
that year that you were making a mashup every single day, I don't think all 100 of those mashups have videos to them.
They don't even deserve if I could delete them all,
you had
I would,
some good ones. You had a few good ones in there.
I do. But yeah, I've got at least one brand new one that I haven't released yet, and I've got some of the older ones. I've got a couple that never really made it anywhere that I still really like that you're going to hear. I'm going to start with one for sure. So I'm going to kind of run the gamut over the next 3 hours.
All right, fantastic. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can kind of get ready for the set. It's like I feel like this is sort of like the backstage interview, and now it's like, okay, go get ready, go do your stretches and your warm ups.
I'm gonna stretch and warm everything up.
All right, well,
thanks for having me on, and thanks for everybody that's watching.
Yes, thanks a lot for being on Mashup Talk. We'll be rocking out to your set later. Have a good one, Trip.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right, that was DJ Trip, everyone, our guest DJ tonight, and wow, yeah, there's definitely let us know what you guys like, what you don't like. We read everything, and a bunch of our Bootie Mashup team are also mods in the chats, and we're all just really, the Corona apocalypse. Let's face it, it sucks for everybody, but it has it has really galvanized a lot of us, especially in the performer community and certainly amongst my team, of like, hey, let's put on a show still, and it's been great. And like I said, every day there's like a new project, a new thing. Like, okay, literally just today, Bootie Mashup now has a 24/7, 365 days a week, or a month, a year. God, my brain. This is what it's been like. Like I said, I'm going to need those 2 days off. Anyway, all the time. Live streaming. We have a radio station now, all of a sudden. And it was so freakishly easy to put together an internet radio station that I am seriously kicking myself for not doing this sooner. Like, this should have been integrated into our website like a decade ago. But the thing is when you're so busy doing this one thing, sometimes it gets hard to like throw other things on top of that, even if they're like stupid easy. Like, apparently putting together an internet radio station was kind of like foolishly simple. I literally just uploaded to a server 2,000 mashups and put it on shuffle. And I gotta say, I've been listening to it all day today, just kind of like check it out, see if I need to like tweak some settings, because you can do, what I did is the absolute simplest no frills version. We're gonna add all the bells and whistles later, but I just wanted to make sure it all works. And I gotta say, DJ Shuffle is damn good. like definitely could give any of us on Team Booty a run for the money. The beat mixing's not all that great, but the song selection's really great. Because it's literally the best of the best. It's like all the best of Booty albums. It's a bunch of different playlists that I've curated over the years, and just threw them all up there. Just real quick, I'm gonna swap them out. There's gonna be like, I'm gonna mix and match, and I'll be programming it a little bit tighter. But right now, it's literally like, okay, let me just get something up on the server, put it on shuffle, make sure this works, make sure the the little crossfader thing is set. It doesn't, there's not like epic amounts of dead space, that kind of thing. And I was like, so I've been listening to Bootie Mashup Radio all afternoon, and it's like, trust me, I have heard all of these mashups before. Yet, like, just you don't know what's coming. I'm realizing, it's like being at a party, with a DJ, and it's like, ooh, what song's coming next? And it's like, oh my God, yeah. And it's like I said, a lot of what I uploaded is the best of the best. So it's really great. Like, it's great workout music, except when you get the random slow song. But I don't know, maybe then you have your cool down and then you bring it back up again. I don't know. So many times I've gotten emails from spin class instructors that say that having the Bootie Mashup mixtapes, especially the best of Bootie mixtapes, are really great for spin class. And I never quite understood why. But then I never took a spin class, but someone told me, and they're like, spin class is all about like, you start off slow and then you build up and then you cool down. And, and I'm realizing a lot of like these workout mixes are all like, oons, oons, oons. It's 128 beats per minute. It's that house music tempo, but it's that same solid 128 the whole 30 minutes or 60 minutes. And so I guess for certain kinds of working out, that's really good. But I guess for a spin class, there you have intervals, and you build up and then you take it down and then you build up again, and that is very much how we craft. I think most of our DJs are kind of DJ in this style. There's peaks and valleys, and we don't keep it like a ounce ounce the whole time. We'll have like a big stretch of it, and then we'll like, okay, screw this, bam, take it down to hip hop tempo, or get kooky. Let's play some Disney songs, I don't know. So anyway, the Bootie Mashup Radio is totally like that, where it's like really, I'm I was like, my arm hurts from patting myself on the back. But it's actually pretty damn good. So it's gonna get tweaked some more. But if you follow us on social media, and I highly encourage you to, I posted the link today to Bootie Mashup Radio. It's like something weird. We don't have a widget yet for our website or anything yet. It's coming, and it's coming soon. But if you want to get a little sneak preview, go to Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, and check it out, Bootie Mashup Radio. All right, so it is almost 9:00 here on the West Coast, the best coast. And just like we do in San Francisco, at our party in San Francisco, we are getting ready to throw down. So there's going to be a quick little changeover. We're going to wrap up Mashup Talk. And there's going to be like 20 seconds, and then we throw it on over to DJ Trip. So please stick around and let's party. And then after his set, there will be the Time Hole with Doug. And I heard a rumor that it might be the last Time Hole. It might be the farewell show of our after hours session called the Time Hole. But before that, let's party with DJ Trip. Thank you guys for watching. Bootie Mashup loves you. Mwah.